I'm Sophina and welcome to my channel. Today we're going to talk about how to get a campground reservation at the Great Smoky Mountains National Park. So we'll go over general campground information, some considerations when picking a campground, and the step-by-step process of getting a campground reservation. All of the links that I talk about today and more will be down in the description for easier navigation for you. And as always, there are chapters set up in the timeline and also in the description. So if you want to skip to a certain section, feel free to do that. All right, let's get into it. The Great Smoky Mountain National Park is a hiker's paradise with over 800 miles of trails, 19 waterfalls, 2,900 streams, 16 mountain peaks over 6,000 feet in elevation, and abundant wildlife. But beyond this magnificent landscape lies a piece of our country's history. There are over 90 historic structures, over 100 cemeteries with marked and unmarked graves. With everything the Great Smoky Mountain National Park has to offer, no wonder it's the most visited national park with twice the number of visitors as the Grand Canyon, which is the second most visited national park. So let's start with some general campground information. There are 10 front country campgrounds, and these campgrounds are available for reservation 6 months in advance. They're released day by day at 7 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Today is January 18th, so that means you can reserve from July 18th or before. And if your reservation starts on July 18th or before, you'll be able to reserve past the currently available dates. You can also make a reservation by phone between 10 a.m. and 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Each campground has running water and flush toilets, and then each campsite has a fire grate and a picnic table. There are no showers, electrical, or water hookups in the park, but there are shower facilities in the communities that surround the national park. Each campsite allows a maximum of 6 people and 2 vehicles. If you do have more than 2 vehicles, there is overflow parking in each of the campgrounds. Pets are allowed in the campgrounds as long as they remain on a leash no longer than 6 feet, and they are also allowed on these 2 trails, but not the rest of the wilderness. The nightly fee is between $17.50 and $27 depending on which campground you go to, and check-in time is 1 p.m., check-out time is noon. You'll also need to follow the 7 principles of leave no trace while you're camping and exploring the national park. This is going to include securing your food and your scented items at all times so that you keep them away from any of the animals. A fed bear is a dead bear, so make sure you keep all your food and scented items in your trunk or in a food locker. Additionally, if you're going to have a campfire, which is probably everybody, campfire is one of the best parts of camping, you just want to make sure that you get your wood locally. Never transport wood from outside because it can carry invasive bugs and fungi that can damage and compete with the local life. To learn more about the 7 principles of leave no trace, which everyone should know, you can watch this video next. So there are only a few entrances into the park, and depending on what you want to see, you'll likely want to stay nearby because it does take 2 hours to get from the east edge of the park to the west edge and 1 hour to get from the Sugarland Visitor Center in the north edge down to the south edge of the park. So think about what it is that you want to see, which trails you want to go on, which historical sites you want to see. And also there are some really cute towns surrounding the national park like Gatlinburg, Pigeon Forge, Townsend, and Wears Valley. And all of those have attractions and restaurants that cater to the visitors of the national park. So think about what it is that you want to see in and around the park, and then that will help you narrow down which campground is going to suit your visit the best. You'll need a campsite reservation for all campgrounds in the Great Smoky Mountain National Park year-round because there are no first come, first served campsites. But the good thing is that unlike Yosemite National Park, there isn't a mad rush to get reservations the day that they're released, and there are plenty of sites to be had. So let's take a look at how to do that. So first we're going to search for Great Smoky Mountain, filter for camping, and sort by distance so that the campgrounds in the park come up first. If you want just a regular campsite and not a group campsite, you want to make sure that you're paying attention to the name. When you select one of the campgrounds, you'll be able to see reviews from other campers, whether you'll have cell service depending on your carrier, and information specific to the campground like natural features, activities in the area, and amenities of the campground. While most sites don't have electrical hookups, some accessible ADA sites will have hookups, but they're only for medical devices. Once you have a campground selected, you can make the reservation by inputting your dates, filtering by equipment type, and if you have an RV, you can input the length and then your group size. You'll apply those filters and then you'll be able to see which sites fit your needs and where they are in the campground. Cad's Cove is the most popular campsite, and you can see that there are still sites available. So definitely plan ahead, but it is not as crazy as Yosemite. Once you've selected your site, you can input your personal information like name, address, group size, equipment, and the number of vehicles. Review the rules and regulations, including keeping your food and scented items secure and away from animals at all times, using only locally purchased or collected wood, and some additional information about campground rules. You'll agree to the terms and then you just pay for your reservation. So that's it for this video. Let me know if you have any campground recommendations down in the comments. Like and subscribe if you're enjoying this content, and until next time, I'll see you on the trail.